Welcome into the bunker of General Gridiron, Field Marshal of football forecasting. We're about to map out the way this college football weekend is gonna go. Will your favorite team be marching to victory, or will the enemy be taking your battle flag? The horses are galloping down the final stretch of this college football season, and one lucky thoroughbred will find its way into the winner's circle in early January. So, grab your helmet and man those battle stations. We're ready for another round of General Gridiron's football foretelling. Michigan at Penn State. The wing-helmeted carnivores work their way to Happy Valley for a tussle with the Quaker State Feline Company. Jimmy Harbaugh's boys would love to have a mulligan for that first game tee-off in Utah, a loss that's keeping the Michiganders from serious playoff consideration. But the Lions ain't about to shed a tear for their Big Ten playing partner. Believe you me, there's been enough drama in State College to last a lifetime. This contest will come down to which offense will have the longest driver in the bag. And when the final putt rolls in, it'll be the maize and blue heading off to the 19th hole with a big old smile. The Generals victor, Michigan. LSU at Ole Miss. The Lords of Football Fortune sure do have a sick sense of humor. 1 month into the 2015 season, the Rebel Black Bears were the darlings of the NCAA and had a date in Atlanta and a possible playoff berth firmly in their control. And when this month of November rolled around, the Bayou Bengals were sitting pretty at number 4 and also controlled their future. Some Tiger faithful even booked hotel rooms in Glendale, Arizona, but a case of the Bama Blues, or more likely a heavy dose of reality, has these two old rivals realizing the best they can now do is salvage a win at the Vault and stay out of the Shreveport sweepstakes. The Generals victor, LSU. Baylor at Oklahoma State. Rodney Dangerfield would have a soft spot for the Pokes. Despite an unblemished start, the Stillwater Ropers aren't getting the respect of the playoff committee. What's a cowboy got to do? The Bears wander into Indian territory with a big old black eye. The other Okie football ballers are the guilty party there. Even if OSU were to come out donning Al Chervik's loud golf wardrobe, they'll still be able to best Baylor in this bedlam precursor. The Generals victor, Oklahoma State. North Carolina at Virginia Tech. It'll be an emotional weekend in Blacksburg as Hokies head man Frank Beamer gets ready to coach his final home game. He was hired to lead the Gobblers way back in 1987 when VPI was an afterthought playing as a college football independent. Under Beamer's tutelage, the Birds won 7 conference championships, 3 in the Big East and 4 in the ACC. We wish Coach Beamer the best as he heads into a much-deserved retirement. But this tussle with the Tar Heels won't be the kind of retirement party the coach planned. UNC is on a mission to punch its own ACC title ticket, and no Beamer bon voyage is going to sidetrack Ramesses. The Generals victor, North Carolina. Georgia Southern at Georgia. When legendary coach Irk Russell left his comfy defensive coordinator's job in Athens for a Statesboro startup known as Georgia Southern, who would have imagined the kind of success the Eagles would have in the 1AA ranks, winning 6 national titles in 16 seasons? But the powers that be at Luke Bryan U recently thought the waters of beautiful Eagle Creek should get more treacherous, and they've now waded into big boy football. UGA would like to say, welcome to the FBS ranks, Eagles. Now collect your big fat paycheck and get back to East Georgia with a big old L. Thank you very much. The Generals victor, Georgia. Still to come on this week's college football forecast, Dak Prescott will lead Mississippi State into one more SEC road test. And Michigan State and Ohio State have something big cooking at their Big Ten brouhaha. Keep it here. General Gridiron will be right back.
Because you want more flavor, at Nuke's we marinate and grill to perfection. Because you want the latest culinary tastes and trends, we never rest. At Nuke's, great food drives us. So we are meticulous in our preparation, obsessed with the quality of our ingredients, and uncompromising about serving you our very best. We believe that sharing a memorable meal is one of life's ultimate pleasures. Join us at Nuke's Eatery.
Howdy, soldiers. This is General Gridiron back with you. Each week, this fabulous football forecast is heard on some of the finest radio stations in all the land. Here's a big Clemson's #1 shout-out to 101.7 FM WGOG in Walhalla, Seneca, and Clemson, South Carolina, the Golden Corners radio station. And WTBF AM 970 in Troy, Alabama, serving South Central Alabama. We appreciate all of our radio affiliates. Now, let's get back into the football fight. USC at Oregon. The Trojans' interim coach Clay Helton caught a break last week when Utah lost in dramatic form. The men of Troy now control their destiny, and a season that began with the distraction of a coaching change could wind up being something special. But before the Trojans' trophy gets molded, a road contest in Eugene and a Tinseltown tussle with the Bruins both need to go into Travelers' victory column. And for the first part of that equation, a half-roasted duck won't have the quack to halt the Californians' attack. The Generals victor? USC. Northwestern at Wisconsin. The Nerds from slightly north of Chicago have been saving up their quarters for the Jane Addams Memorial Tollway trek to Madison this weekend. The Purple Kitties and the Wisconsin Weasels both sport 8-2 overall records, so this Camp Randall caravan could make a good season gooder. The home team has won each of the last 8 matchups between these two Big Ten West foes, but bad news, Nerds. Running back U will be in business on this November afternoon, and the home team's luck will keep on trucking. The Generals victor? On Wisconsin. Mississippi State at Arkansas. It'll be a hog-wild homecoming for Brett Bielema and his pack of comeback porkers in Northwest Arkansas Saturday night. 2 big SEC West road wins have the Razorback faithful stepping away from the ledge and relaxing in their pig suey lazy boys. Dakota Prescott heads to the Ozarks with visions of one last road win before his stellar QB career ends in Stark Vegas. But Dak don't realize this year's bully piggy battle is in Fayetteville, not Little Rock, and those cowbells will fall on deaf ears in the Razorbacks' Genu Swine pig pen. The Generals victor? Arkansas. TCU at Oklahoma. Bob Stoops' visor ain't coming off as much these days. The Normanders have normalized their football playing prowess, and talking heads throughout the sports talk world are believers. The Sooners beat down Baylor by the Brazos last week, and now the other Texas Bible-toting Big 12 college shows up at Memorial Stadium's front door asking for a little mercy. It's going to be a terrific down-to-the-wire nail-biter, but TCU will show the Sooners their brand of pigskin preaching is a bit more firm and will return to Fort Worth with all of OU's tithes. The Generals victor in an upset, TCU. Michigan State at Ohio State. The weekend's biggest battle will take place in America's hamburger home, Columbus, Ohio, where both Wendy's and White Castle are headquartered. The Green Gritters from East Lansing, where Halo's Burgers QP is the local burger of choice, will try and cook up an upset in this grill-off for Big Ten East supremacy. In the opposing kitchen, Urban Meyer's defending national champion Buckeyes seem to be more familiar with a light menu offering, so this week's supersized showdown at the Horseshoe Cafe will make the Ohioans shut their grills in fear. Shades of the 2013 Big 12 championship game all over again? The Generals victor? The #1 combo meal, upsize please. Michigan State. We've already looked at the weekend's biggest battles across the nation, but we're not done, y'all. We'll be back in a moment to wrap up this week's General Gridiron with our rapid-fire picks. This is General Gridiron back with you. We've already maneuvered through this weekend's frontline college football showdowns. Now, it's time to fix bayonets and storm the field with our rapid-fire football forecast. Florida State chops Chattanooga. Florida chomps Florida Atlantic. Auburn tops Idaho. Indiana maneuvers past Maryland. Pittsburgh steams past Louisville. The Citadel cockshocks South Carolina. Iowa powers past Purdue. Utah spanks UCLA. Texas A&M gigs Vanderbilt. Miami stings Georgia Tech. Arizona outlasts Arizona State. Southern Miss flies past Old Dominion. Duke downs Virginia. Tennessee topples Missouri. NC State sinks Syracuse. Alabama bucks Charleston Southern. Houston stays hot at Connecticut. And #1 Clemson clobbers Wake Forest. Well, troops, you can now put your swords back in their scabbards. We're all out of picks on this Week 12 edition of General Gridiron. We'll be back again next week. Same General Gridiron time, same General Gridiron station. So don't forget to tune us in on the radio, Facebook, and YouTube TV. And don't forget to tell your friends all about the show. Just search for General Gridiron. This is John Rawl, the General of Gridiron Glory, thanking you for letting me be a part of your weekend. It's been a hoot saddling up with you through Saturday's NCAA Football Order of Battle. General Gridiron is a production of CRM Sports. For more, log on to crmsports.com.
That'll be all.